Good afternoon, everybody. Here with the Hophead Connisaur, along with my co-star Coney here today. And if you've been following this series and you know what today is, it's Sunday, so we're here for Subpar Sunday, where we review another crappy domestic beer. Now, this adventure today to find this beer was really monotonous. It was crazy, like going to the grocery stores and not being able to find just a singlet of a crappy domestic beer, or you want to say just a domestic beer. You know, I always throw the word crappy in front of there. But did 32 miles today on the Capitol Trail, and I was like, okay, let me swing by Publix. It's not far from where I was at. Let me go in there. Build your own six-pack, all craft beers. Okay, that didn't work out. So then I go down to Harris Teeter, because Harris Teeter is on my way home from where I was at. And I was like, okay, let me build my own six-pack again. Again, all craft beers. And I ran into a friend of mine at the store there. He kind of made a good point. You know, a lot of these places you can go in, you can build your own six-pack of craft beers, and, you know, you can just have one of that particular brewery that you're trying. But domestics get you because, you know, unless you're going to 7-Eleven to buy like a singlet can or something, you're stuck buying a six-pack or a 12-pack, an 18-pack, a case, whatever. You don't necessarily have to buy a case, but, you know, that's how some people drink their beers because it's just water anyway. So buying a case of water. But yeah, it makes it hard that when you're trying to find just a singlet domestic beer here in the area, you're not going to find it. So I'm learning that this is going to be a hard road of trying to keep up with these Subpar Sundays. So, reaching out to my viewers that are local here, if you have any crappy domestic beers you want to share for my show, we'll get together and I'll take what you got. Only anything I haven't reviewed yet. So, I mean, I know we still got like Miller Lights out there. You know, there's Miller Genuine Draft. You know, there's some beers out there that I'm sure you're probably hoarding in your fridge and you're like, gosh, man, how can I get rid of this? I will take that beer only to do it for the show. So it's been really hard today, like trying to find a beer and everything. So I did have to go to 7-Eleven to get this beer. And, you know, if you've just been catching up with the series here, you know, this is just my opinion on domestics. You know, I always like to say crappy just because, you know, with this, my palate has been wrecked. It just makes it hard to accept that, you know, I've drank these beers in the past or I've seen these beers. And today's beer, I've never drank, never touched, even any type of the brand I'm about to show you. So, you know, it makes it hard just to say, hey, you know, I would go back to drinking domestic beers. No, never in a million years would I go back to drinking domestic beers. I don't care if I had to stop drinking craft beers for the rest of my life. I would find something else to substitute it with. Maybe wine. I mean, some people like wine. You know, there are guys that drink wines. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I always liked the good red wine when I was overseas and everything. So anyway, what beer do we have today? Well, let me just tell you, with tax, this was $1.90. Busch Ice. What the hell? Never drank a Busch beer my entire life. And I know it's like dirt cheap. I mean, you go in the Midwest and Busch Light, Busch Ice, whatever Busch product it is, there's an abundance of it back there. And so I'm at 7-Eleven and I'm looking over and I'm like, you know, they had Bud Ice and everything. And then I'm looking at the prices and I see $1.75 or like $1.80. I think it was $1.75 or $1.79. And I thought to myself, yep, this will be our Subpar Sunday beer, Busch Ice. And if you remember when we did Ice House, you know, it's going to be hard for me to try to remember all the beers that we've done and everything. But, you know, when we did Ice House, it was one of the first domestic ice beers. And what they do is they drop the temperature of the beer to freeze it, and then they scrape the ice off the top, and it's supposed to give like this sweet, crisper, higher ABV beer. So, you know, this one checks in at 5.9%. So, I mean, in a way, you're kind of getting into craft beer territory for ABVs for some of the beers that are produced. You know, like, again, my IPAs is just, you know, you start at sessions, and sessions going anywhere from like a four to 4.5, maybe up to, you know, like maybe a 5.5%, really low ABV. But yeah, this is what we are going to open up today. And no, I am not drinking this can when I get off of the view. I will drink what I put in this thing right here. Oh, Coney's trying to back his way away from this. No, he doesn't want to be seen with this photo. Okay. Sorry, buddy. That's where you want to be. So, yeah. Wow. Let's give this a shot. I am not looking forward to this. I've never drank a Busch beer in my life, so I don't even know what the flavor even begins to even be like just with the regular Busch. So let's crack this open. Ooh. All right. Busch beer. Anybody remember the commercials back in the day? All right, let's see how this goes. All right. Yep, just like any other color we always have on Subpar Sunday. Ooh. All right. So there we are. Busch Light, or Busch Ice. 5.9% ice beer. This was introduced in 1995. That's kind of like when the ice beers kind of took off there. So, you know, like I said, we did Ice House. So anyway, let's let that sit there for a little bit. Anybody got a book to read? Put this up to a book. Blow up the letters a little bit. You know, I haven't had any beer yet today, and after riding 32 miles, I always go for a craft beer afterwards, and I thought to myself I'd wait until I did my Subpar Sunday to drink a beer. So this is going to be my first beer after a long bike ride. So I'm sure you're going to be like, yeah, it's going to go down easy. And we'll see. All right, so here it is. To Busch Ice, 5.9%, a crappy domestic beer that people love or just like themselves. That's freaking sweet. No, not sweet as in that's a good beer. I'm just saying that is like super sweet. That's like probably one of the sweetest beers. I hate using that word. All right, but that's the way I can describe it. It's sweet. Yeah. You know, you probably get that barley flavor. Yeah, just sweet water. And I know, like, my reaction has been like, oh, not too bad, because, like, actually after riding a bike ride, a beer is nice. Unfortunately, I saved my palate for this one today, I guess. We'll just see. All right, so in keeping up with the tradition of the show, as we always do, let's see how this tastes going down in a chug. My chugging skills. Oh, God, that was like a mouthful of foam. My chugging skills stink. Why? Because we don't chug craft beer. We just don't do that. I'm sure there are some people that do, but it's a lot of money to be spending just to chug a beer, not enjoying the flavor. Can't enjoy the flavor of this. Just water. Sweetened. God. All right. Gotta finish the rest, right? Gotta keep up. Gotta keep up. Hophead. Whew. Here we go. Oh no. Nope. No way am I going to finish that. Nope. One of my viewers is like, do you drink a craft beer afterwards? Yep. Go clean my palate off. That was utterly, probably one of the most disgusting ones I've had. I'm glad people like Busch Light, Busch Ice, whatever Busch product they're into. Oh, not for me. So, again, Busch Ice today. Oh, Coney is definitely staying his way away from this one. He didn't even want to be in the video for this one, so I put him in there. But anyway, remember to get out your support. Remember to get out and support your local craft breweries. Drink craft, not crap. And stay away from those crappy domestic beers. And we will see you next Sunday on Subpar Sunday for another crappy domestic beer review. Hope you all have a good Sunday. Drink craft beer.